The desert sky shimmered with anticipation as thousands of fans gathered under the glowing lights of Coachella, waiting for a moment that had been years in the making. When Justin Bieber finally stepped onto the stage for his long-awaited comeback, the energy was undeniable. This wasn't just another performance, it was a cultural moment, one that would quickly ignite conversations across the music world and beyond. From the very first minutes, it became clear that this show would not follow the traditional formula fans had come to expect. Instead of diving into a high-energy opening packed with choreography and live vocals, Bieber made a bold and unexpected choice. Giant screens lit up with footage from his early career, showing clips of the young teenager who once sat in front of a camera uploading videos online. For nearly 22 minutes, he sang along with these moments, blending his present self with the echoes of his past. For some of the audience, it was deeply emotional. It felt like a full-circle journey, watching the evolution of an artist who had grown up in front of the world. Fans who had followed him since the beginning saw it as a tribute to the era that started it all. It reminded them of a time when music felt raw, personal, and unfiltered. But not everyone shared that sentiment. Criticism spread almost instantly across social media. Some viewers labeled the performance as underwhelming, questioning why such a large portion of the set relied on pre-recorded visuals. Others were harsher, calling it lazy and comparing it to a karaoke session. One comment that quickly went viral summed up the skepticism. People felt like they had paid to watch an artist revisit his own archive rather than deliver something entirely new. Yet behind the scenes, a different narrative was unfolding. According to sources close to the production, every element of the performance had been carefully planned. Nothing was left to chance. The pacing, the visuals, even moments that seemed like technical glitches were reportedly part of a deliberate artistic direction. The goal was to blur the line between past and present, allowing the audience to experience the journey rather than just the destination. And in many ways, that's exactly what happened. The performance sparked a debate that went far beyond music. It raised questions about what fans expect from live shows in an era where artists are constantly evolving. Should performances always be about delivering high-energy entertainment, or can they also serve as introspective storytelling? Adding another layer to the conversation was the staggering figure associated with the show. Bieber reportedly earned $10 million for his Coachella appearance, placing him among the highest-paid headliners in the festival's history. For critics, this number only intensified their concerns. They questioned whether the performance justified such a massive payout. Supporters, however, saw it differently. They argued that Bieber's influence on modern pop music, combined with his global fan base, made him worth every dollar. After all, few artists have had the kind of impact he has, shaping trends, breaking records, and maintaining relevance for over a decade. But perhaps the most intriguing aspect of the performance lies in its timing. In 2022, Bieber sold his music catalog for a reported $200 million. At the time, the move sparked widespread speculation about his career direction and financial decisions. Now, with this Coachella performance, some believe he was revisiting the very songs that defined his legacy in a new and symbolic way. It wasn't just about nostalgia, it was about reclaiming his story. Even if ownership of the music had changed, the emotional connection between the artist and his work remained intact. By incorporating his younger self into the performance, Bieber seemed to be reminding the world that his journey is still his own. As the night unfolded, the audience itself became part of the spectacle. The crowd was filled with some of the biggest names in entertainment, adding another layer of excitement to the event. Katy Perry was spotted enjoying the show alongside Justin Trudeau, creating an unexpected crossover between music and politics. Adele attended with her son, keeping a relatively low profile but still capturing attention. Meanwhile, Paris Hilton brought her signature glamour to the desert, and Heidi Klum added a playful twist with a bold look that turned heads. Timothée Chalamet attempted to stay under the radar with a hat and bandana, though fans quickly recognized him. Nearby, Kylie Jenner showed her support in a more visible way, wearing Bieber merchandise and embracing the moment. But perhaps the most touching presence in the crowd was Bieber's own family. Hailey Bieber stood among the audience, sharing a heartfelt connection with her husband as he performed. At one point, Bieber gave a warm shout-out to her and their son, creating a rare and intimate moment in the middle of such a massive event. It was a reminder that behind the fame and spectacle, there is still a personal story unfolding. While Bieber's performance dominated headlines, he wasn't the only artist making waves that night. Sabrina Carpenter delivered a completely different kind of show, one that embraced classic entertainment and theatrical flair. Her performance was a dazzling tribute to old Hollywood, featuring multiple outfit changes, elaborate set designs, and a carefully curated set list of 20 songs. Where Bieber's approach was minimalistic and introspective, Carpenter's was bold and extravagant. Her stage was alive with movement, color, and energy. Each transition felt like a new chapter, keeping the audience engaged from start to finish. The performance also included surprise appearances from major names, adding an extra layer of excitement. Actors like Sam Elliott, the iconic voice of Samuel L. Jackson, along with Susan Sorensen and Will Ferrell, all contributed to making her set unforgettable. Interestingly, despite delivering such a high production performance, Carpenter reportedly earned $5 million, half of what Bieber received. This contrast quickly became a talking point, with fans comparing not just the performances, but also the value assigned to them. However, Carpenter's night took an unexpected turn when a brief moment on stage went viral. During her performance, she reacted to a unique sound coming from the audience, jokingly referring to it as yodeling and expressing confusion. What she didn't realize at the time was that the sound was actually a traditional celebratory chant used in Arabic cultures to express joy and excitement. The clip spread rapidly online, and criticism followed. Recognizing the misunderstanding, Carpenter addressed the situation on social media. She explained that she couldn't hear clearly during the performance and that her reaction came from confusion rather than any negative intent. She acknowledged that she could have handled the moment better and made it clear that she welcomes all forms of celebration moving forward. It was a reminder of how quickly moments can be interpreted in different ways, especially in a global stage where cultural differences come into play. Adding another layer to the excitement of the festival was another standout appearance. Jennifer Lopez surprised fans by joining David Guetta during his set. The collaboration brought a burst of energy to the stage, with Lopez embracing a dance track that marked a return to her roots in club music. Her performance was vibrant, confident, and full of life, reminding fans why she remains one of the most enduring figures in the industry. She later shared her excitement about the collaboration, noting how much she enjoyed stepping back into that style of music. Moments like these are what make Coachella such a unique event. It's not just about the music, it's about the unexpected, the unforgettable, and the conversations that follow. It's a space where artists take risks, where fans experience something new, and where the boundaries of performance are constantly being redefined. At the center of it all, Bieber's performance stood as one of the most debated moments of the festival. Some saw it as a missed opportunity, while others viewed it as a bold artistic statement. But regardless of where people stood, one thing was undeniable: it got the world talking. In an industry where predictability can often dominate, Bieber chose a different path. He leaned into vulnerability, into reflection, into the idea that sometimes looking back can be just as powerful as moving forward. And perhaps that was the true essence of the performance. It wasn't about perfection. It wasn't about meeting expectations. It was about telling a story. A story of growth, of change, and of an artist who is still figuring out what it means to evolve in front of millions of people. As the lights dimmed and the festival continued, the conversations didn't stop. Because in the end, the most impactful performances aren't always the ones that everyone agrees on. They're the ones that make people feel something, whether it's admiration, confusion, or even criticism. And on that desert stage, under the glow of Coachella's lights, Justin Bieber delivered exactly that.